Leah, thank you for coming. I'm glad you've managed to come here even when it was hard for you to take the tram and then to take the train. So I really appreciate that you are here now. I think that's the most important thing. So I really appreciate that. And yes, as I said at the beginning, my name is Carolina. I'm going to be the worker that is going to support you through this whole process. And just before to starting, I would like to say something about this space, about what we are talking about here. Yes, and just to rest assured, I just want you to let you know that this is a confidentiality space and that we are going to talk to here. It's going to be between us. So please rest assured that this information that you are going to share with me, it's going to be kept safe in this space. I just want to let you know as well that just in 3 cases we have to do a disclosure, just in case you are in danger, or others are in danger, or you want to hurt yourself or someone else. So that's the only circumstances that it's going to force myself to say something about it. In both cases, your information, your name, your personal details are going to be keeping confidentiality. But just to let you know that this is going to happen because my biggest concern is just about you. Yes, so I just want to let you know that. And do you have questions up to this moment? Okay, that's good. Thank you, Leah. So I was reading about the chart that the GP just sent to me before you coming, but I would like if you can share some details, or if you want just to share what is bringing you here this day. Thank you for sharing, Leah. I just can't imagine how hard it was, that situation for you. I can hear that you have been going through really hard moments, and I think you've been brave to help for some sick, and I think that's really resilient from yourself this day. And I can only imagine these times how challenging are for you. So thank you for sharing me your story. I really appreciate that. And I think that space, that moment you just had it, it's part of the healing process. When we are able to speak, when we are able to share with someone who is willing to help us, that's a really good point of start. So I really want to say thank you for that. And yes, I think I get what's happening now, all these alcohol issue that you are saying you have. I think it's part of the strategies of coping that you've find to manage this. What do you think about? Yes, of course. That you are saying, it's the point. You've discovered that the 0 point when you started to drink alcohol, when you felt like you couldn't do anything else about it, about your problems, right? That's what I am hearing. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. Yes. So yes, as a human beings, we not all the time, we don't have all the time strategies to cope in a different way with problems. So usually when we are in front of the trauma situations, in front of hard circumstances, as a human beings, we tend to develop some different strategies. Sometimes they can help, but sometimes they just cannot. So maybe this just drinking alcohol, it's been one of your ways to deal with your problems. And you said you feel awful at the next day, but at the same time, in the precise moment, you feel like, oh, you are relieved. It's that what I am hearing, right? Yes, okay. So in this process, that's what we are going to do. We are trying to find better ways to cope with problems, to cope with your thoughts, and we are going to develop another strategies. Yes, is that okay for you? Okay. So I just want to share you how we are going to conduct this process, this counseling process, and this first appointment. The main purpose is just to have an idea what's bringing you to here, to this space. Also, we are going to gather some personal information. We are going to fill some forms in order to get your chart ready. And as well, I'm going to explain you the process of this counseling process. So your information is right here. We are just filling, just to fill out together, just not to make you feel like overwhelmed or like there is too many things to fill out. So don't worry, I'm going to be with you in this process. And then we are going to establish the time of these appointments. Is that okay? Yes, okay. Usually we use an hour space to do this process, to talk about what's happening, about how are you feeling, and about how are the new strategies going. So we are going to do that in our spaces, in our appointments. So this is a 1 hour process, between 1 hour and 1 hour and 15 minutes. We are going to see each other once a week, just in case if something urgent happens. You can call here to my organization, and we can make a new appointment before the time we agreed before. So just in case if you are not feeling well and if you need any help before that time. Is that okay? Okay. The payment, that's covered by your insurance. So I'm just going to make sure that I got all your personal details, your insurance details, and you don't have to worry about it. Okay. Just to remind you the confidentiality agreement, so you don't have to worry about it. And if anything is have to say it, I'm going to discuss first with you, because you are the main stakeholder here. Is that okay for you? Okay. Do you have any question before we close this space and before we start to filling this out? Okay, thank you so much. We agreed the last appointment we were going to have a plan, and we developed 3 main strategies. I'm going just to make a small review. We got the art strategy. We also got the 1 week appointment, yes, just to come in here to our counseling sessions. And we agreed also to go to double H groups to get you some support with people who is trying to deal with same strategies to cope with life. Is that okay? How are these things going? do you want to share me a little bit? Okay, Leah, in this session we've been talking about how are you feeling, what your thoughts are about this week you've been going through. And I think we've been reached a good point when you are able to do your own analysis of this, about what's happening, about what happened with you, what happened to you when you are feeling sad, stressed or anxious, and you got automatically those thoughts. So we are seeing how our thoughts, it's impacting, they are impacting directly our way to behave in these hard situations. So we are going to do that. We are keep doing this because this discovering are going to help you, are going to help us to develop another way of thoughts, and we are going to see how we are able to do a restructure of our thoughts, and that's why we are aiming in this process. So I'm glad you are here today. I'm glad because I can see how we are improving, and we are going to be together in this process until you feel really better comparing with the other times. So thank you for coming today. Do you have any other questions? No? Okay. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. So you're good with art strategy. You just told me that you are feeling much better, like you got a relief when you are doing art and you feel like less anxious. I think that's what I hear. That's what I am hearing. Is that okay? Am I okay with that? Am I right? Yes, okay. And we are in these sessions now, so we got 2 of 3. So you said you got difficult to get an appointment in double age groups. What I got to propose you, it's like, what do you think if I try to do that appointment for you? Maybe from this organization it's going to be easier to get that appointment, so we can get it for you. Is that okay? Yes, okay. Because you've tried before, but it wouldn't be possible, so I'm going to help you with that. Maybe they are going to ask for some details, so I just want to have your consent, because maybe they are going to ask for these details, so I just want to have your agreement with this. Is that okay? Okay, thank you so much. Hello, Leah. How are you today? Good? That's nice. Well, do you want to tell me a little bit about how is your week going? Okay, Leah, in this session we've been talking about how are you feeling, what your thoughts are about this week you've been going through. And I think we've been reached a good point when you are able to do your own analysis of this, about what's happening, about what happened with you, what happened to you when you are feeling sad, stressed or anxious, and you got automatically those thoughts. So we are seeing how our thoughts, it's impacting, they are impacting directly our way to behave in these hard situations. So we are going to do that. We are keep doing this because this discovering are going to help you, are going to help us to develop another way of thoughts, and we are going to see how we are able to do a restructure of our thoughts, and that's why we are aiming in this process. So I'm glad you are here today. I'm glad because I can see how we are improving, and we are going to be together in this process until you feel really better comparing with the other times. So thank you for coming today. Do you have any other questions? No? Okay. So thank you so much, and I'll see you. Good morning, Sasha. It's really nice to meet you today. I was reading something of you that GP has sent me. So, but it is really nice to have you here. So, how are you doing? How are you, Sasha? That's good. That sounds like you were having a great time with your husband, just camping, isn't it? Yes, I'm glad to hear that. So, Sasha, this is our first appointment. I'm glad you are here. I'm glad that I'm going to be the person that is going to support you through this process. And yes, before get this started, do you mind if we just fill out some forms just to start with the boring part? And let's get this finished and we start. All of these are personal details that we need to start with your chart. So do you mind if we do that? Okay, thanks. Oh, I know this is a little bit annoying, but yes, it's also necessary to get everything ready to get started. So thank you for helping me with this. Also, before we get into our thing here, I just want you to let you know that everything that we are going to talk about here is going to be kept in confidentiality. No one is going to have access to this information, and the disclosures that are happening here are between us. So you can be calm or quiet, or just rest assured. You can rest assured that everything is going to be confidential. Just in 3 cases we have to say something, but if you are in clear danger to hurt yourself or to hurt someone, or if you are in a position where you are in danger, yes, in that cases I'm going to talk to my supervisor, but your personal details are going to be kept in confidentiality. Maybe I'm going to talk to you first, but this is necessary for you to know this procedure, because that's the policies that we need to follow just in case you are in danger. Is that okay for you? Okay, thank you so much, Leah. So I would like to hear, why are you here today? What have you brought you here? And how can I help you? Wow, this is really nice. This is really nice. You're having a great time with your husband. Now you are retired. This is a good thing. You got now your income from your retirement, and you are taking advantage of that to do things. But also, I think what I am hearing from you is like you are having such a difficult times when you are feeling anxious and when you just want to cry and you can't share with people around. That sounds really hard for you, and I think you are trying to do your best, but I think yes, it's necessary to seek for some help, and maybe my help it's not going to be enough. So that's why we are going to try to seek for further help for advice. So what I am thinking, it's like we are to have an appointment with the GP, and we are going to have an appointment to the psychiatrist So you are going to have an appointment with the GP. I'm going to help you with that, if it's that okay, because you've been telling me that it's hard for you to had a good relationship with technology, so I'm going to help you. I'm more than happy to do that. And then what we are looking for is that your GP is going to refer you to the psychiatrist, because maybe we need to have another perspective about what's happening here. And on the other hand, while you are going to the psychiatrist and while you are having another perspective, I'm going to help you with these situations. Maybe we are going to try to find different strategies to go back to your relationships with people, because you've been telling me that people is really important for you. You were a teacher for a long time, and also you are missing that relationship with them. Is that what I hear, right? Yes. Okay. So what I am thinking right now, it's like we are going to talk about what you said about what's happened with your mom when you were a child. And we are going to try to find out how that relationship has been affecting you through this time. Even when you are 60 today, you are having bad times because of that memories. So I would like to know, what do you think about this, what I am saying to you? Are you okay with that? Okay, yes. What you are saying, I think it's correct. Um, you need to talk to this. You know to talk to about this, about what happened with your mother, and you need like to make sense of what happened with her in the past. Yes, we need to do that, because maybe we got so many things to discover, to find out, and maybe that can give you a relief about what's happening now in the current life. So yes, we are going to do that through our sessions. I just wanted to let you know that we are going to have an appointment once a week, but in the meantime, you are going to go to the GP and aiming for a consult with the psychiatrist. So we are going to do these things at the same time to help you to feel better. And we are going to have a counseling session every week, once 8 week, so we can discuss, we can talk to about what's happening, about what's happening about what happened in the life, in the past life, and about what's happening right now with you and with your husband. And in the while we got this another perspective from the GP and from the psychiatrist, we are going to use all that information as well to help you. Our sessions are going to be for an hour, between 1 hour and an hour and 15 minutes. You don't have to worry about the cost of these sessions, because your insurance is going to cover this, so you don't have to be worried about. That's why we get your personal details and your insurance details, because we need to do this, yes, to cover this session, so you don't have to be worried about it. Okay, do you have any questions, Sasha, about what's going on here and about what we are going to do in the future sessions? No? Okay, so we'll see you next week at the same time. We are going to make your appointment today, and so now we are going to have for sure the the exactly day of our session. Is that okay? Okay, thank you so much. Have a nice afternoon. Good afternoon, Sasha. It's nice to have you here again. Yes, how is your week going? Just do you want to share me a little bit about your week? Okay, and how are your crises going? We've been seeing the psychiatrist. We've been taking your medications for your crisis. So how are you feeling about it? Okay, so that's nice. So you have legs anxiety now. Is that what you are saying, right? Okay. And you've been having a good times with small groups of people now. So that sounds like you are going back to those times where you were feeling better about yourself. Is that what I am hearing right now? Yes, okay. So I think the help we are getting from the psychiatrist, it's been really useful. Mm-hmm. Yes, because you've been feeling better, so the psychiatrist it's helping you with the anxiety, and as a consequence, you've been feeling better also about to get into relationships with your uh, friends and with the other people who were surrounded you. Is that okay? Mm-hmm. Okay, and also we've been working so hard to find out how your relationship with your mother it's been affecting you in your current life, and we've been developing some good strategies to cope with that, and I think that's really valuable for us, especially for you, because as you've been saying, you are feeling much relieved right now that you know everything this what happened with your mother, that maybe um, she couldn't have good tools to teach you to love you in another way, that maybe she was trying to do her best, um, but she couldn't, and we are trying now to forget this, and to understand how that wave of being from your mother affected you right now. But yes, you are having good times now thanks to the psychiatrist, thanks to the things that you've been trying to work so hard on. So I just wanted to say you are really brave for doing this, and we are going to keep working so hard. Well, Leah, I think as I said before in our last appointment, I think it's time to close this process. It's been a really painful, but also it's been a really beautiful time for us. It's been a pleasure for me to be with you in this precious time. I think it's been time for find how things were working, about how your thoughts were working, and about how things happened, and how could we manage in a different way to feel better. So I'm really proud of your outcomes here, and I think you've been telling me this before to get into this conversation. You was feeling really good, and I'm really proud of you because you've been doing really hard work, but now we got these precious outcomes. So we are going to close our process today. I think you got now really good strategies to deal with times when probably you are going to feel that life is hard, but as we've been realizing, we all of us, we got the strategies inside of our minds, inside of our hearts, and we are going to be able to do this again if things happen one more time. And just in case if you need something, we are going to here to support you. If at any time you feel like you need a little bit of help, you can make an appointment, and we can share, we can talk, and we can looking for some strategies again. So it doesn't matter if we need to seek for some help one more time. That makes us brave. So I think yes, if you need something, you just can feel free to make an appointment, and we'll be here for you. It's a really pleasure for me to meet you, and please take care of yourself and take a good advantage of this time with your husband. Okay, Fritz, we've been filled out these forms. Thank you for this. I also let you know what is everything here about the confidentiality. Do you have any concern or doubt about the confidentiality agreement? No, is that clear for you? Okay. So you've been sharing me what's happening with your family right now, and I think you are having a confusing time with your wife. I think it's been hard for you to get an agreement with her, and this is causing so many troubles in your family. Is that what I am hearing? Is that okay? Yes. Okay. So what I am thinking right now is we are going to get these sessions together. We are going to find some strategies to deal with the things that are happening right now with your kids, to try to bond with them again. But also, what I want to do, it's like I want to refer you to a counselor who is specialized in couple therapy. So I think you have a great relationship with your wife, as you said. But I also think you are having an issue to have good communication, and we need to improve that. And maybe if we can get an enhancement there, you are going to be able to resolve what's happening right now. And I think there are people who is more prepared than me in that field. So that's why I just want you to refer you. I just want to refer you to this specialist, if it's that okay for you. What do you think? Yes, it's that okay? Okay, so we are doing that. I'm going to make that referral. You are going to make an appointment for you and your wife, and then we are going to have our week session. Every week we are going to meet here, and we are going to discuss what's happening with the other therapy, and what things on and how things are going in your house through this time. And in the meantime, we can develop another strategies to manage in a better, in a different way, what the things that are happening right now at your house. Is that okay? Okay, so I'm going to make this referral. I'm giving you the documents, and you'll do the appointment. Okay. Okay, so thank you so much. Hey Fritz, I'm glad to hear that you are having a great appointments with the other counselor, and that you are having important outcomes for your relationship. So I think that's a big deal. That's a big thing, because you've been trying to improve your relationship with your wife, and you finally can reach some agreement about what's happening with the house and with the business. And I think that's the most important thing right now, because you are a couple, and it's like you've been saying, you still love your wife so much, and you love your family, and the things that we are doing, it's aiming to keep that relationship functional and like as a healthy relationship, and that's really good. I'm really glad that this is a high five, because the therapy with the other counselor is really working. And also I'm glad to hear that in this space we've been able to find another strategies to improve your relationship with your kids, even when in the very beginning they didn't work that well, because of course everything in therapy is not perfect, and we know that. That's why this is a trial and error process, and I'm glad that now we are having good outcomes from this process, and now we are ready just to keep going with the things that been working. I'm glad to hear. Fritz, we've been reached the final point in this process. This is always a sad moment for me because it's really good for me to being able to help people, to help them to find their best ways to cope with life. Not always is easy, not free, and not for me, but the major part of this work, it's thanks to you. It's because your big efforts to do things better, not just with yourself, but with your wife, with your daughters, your kids, and that's a great thing, Fritz. And I just let me congratulate you, because not always is easy, and not for everyone is easy to ask for some help and some advice, and I think you did on time, you did just on time, and we are at this final point just because of you, because you've been doing great efforts, and because you've been trying to do things better with your wife and with your family, and I am really proud of you. And so just want to let you know that you are not alone. Even we are going to finish this process, you keep going, you are keep going with the other one, with the family therapy. That was my understanding. Is that okay? Yes, you are going, you are still going with that. And but if at any time you need something, you can make a new appointment and we can discuss what's happening here. So do you have any concern, any question about it? No? Okay, so thank you so much. It was my pleasure to be with you through this process, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you if at any time you need something. Okay, thank you so much, Fritz.